Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now I'm really excited because I'm going to meet my friend for some sushi for lunch, but I'm really sad. I feel like maybe it's because I'm an Aquarius. I don't know what's going on. I feel like a lot's happening in my own personal life, but I just feel like I can feel the whole world and the weight of everyone's feelings and emotions and everything that everyone's carrying on my shoulder. And I'm just so disappointed at all of the things that I've been hearing of recent. And I just feel like, why are black women being so disrespected? I feel so disrespected as a black woman. Like, the misogynoir is so rife right now that it's scary and it's shocking. First, I'm hearing about Mena calling Spice a monkey, making monkey noises, and then calling her a blue monkey, being completely unapologetic. Unreleased footage has been released from L&HH where Mena is saying that she can't be racist because she dates black men, got black babies, and her sister's black and dark skin and has come out of the same womb. So how can she be racist? Now you have people that are talking about colorism, saying, well, actually colorism is a term mostly associated with the black community, and it's a term regarding a more preferable treatment being given to someone of lighter skin and lighter complexion. So that goes with like dark skinned black people and light skinned black people, for example. And to say that Mena is being colorist, that is saying that she's black, right? And some people are like, we've seen your parents, you're not black. So actually we're taking it as racism and a race issue, which is like when one race feels superior than the other. And I feel like people really forget that the word racism, yeah, it has its definitions now according with the law, with Google and Oxford definitions, but the root of the word of racism comes from when black people were enslaved. It was because they were seen as the inferior race, the unintelligent race, the lesser than race, right? And in that, separate spheres. Now, separate spheres is actually a word that you associate in terms of gender, male and female, but let's say separate spheres is in like two separate, completely different things. So separate spheres of race was basically created, which distinguished white people and distinguished black people, made black people inferior, enslaved and justified through means like the Bible, the curse of Ham and all of that stuff. And then you have that there. And I don't need to explain that to you, but I'm just trying to give you context of how you could view this Mena situation. And other people are like, do you know what? Spice spoke about her kids. Spice went low, Mena went lower. But it's like, words and history and the root is so important because words carry so much meaning and they hurt. You cannot call a black person in this day and age a monkey because of the historical context, because it was used to bring us down, right? That can't happen. And then it's like, then you've got this other dimension of what's happening, because I'm trying to bring a micro situation into a macro conversation. So you have people like Mena calling Spice a monkey, a blue monkey because she has blue hair, but you know what you were saying, right? You have this situation now with Sin Santana as well that was previous, where she said that black men treat Latina women so much better than they treat black women, right? And so now we're seeing this trope because we've also got Amara La Negra on L&HH, and she speaks about her experience as a Latino woman because she was born in, I don't know which country, she's of Hispanic origin, but she's also of African descent. So you've got that aspect of her experience as a black woman, a Latino woman, a dark-skinned woman, and you have that other like narrative because you've got that type of intersectionality. So when you're starting to see, or I'm starting to see, these tropes or what seems like Latin women coming onto black platforms, because L&HH is owned by a black woman, it is a black platform that I wouldn't say uplifts or amplifies black voices, but nonetheless it presents black people, their reality, their lives, and it reflects their views. Remember, black people, we are not a monolith. We don't have the same political views. We don't have the same views about everything. You can't bunch us in a way that no one would bunch anyone else in. Like, we're all completely different. So if some people want to fight, and some people want to argue, and some people want to present their love, and some people want to show the beef behind hip hop, that's up to them. That's their narrative that they want to portray. But just because that is true of their experience doesn't mean that it's a common theme with everybody else. And I think that's also an important concept to grasp and differentiate and distinguish. So back to me saying this trope. It seems like there's a trope of Latin women coming on black well, not every Latin woman, okay, but a few Latin women coming on black platforms hurling abuse at not black people or black men specifically, at black women, right? Because remember, the black man's experience and the black woman's experience are different. The black man's experience of slavery and the black woman's experience of slavery is similar, but remember, black women were also being raped. There's that whole other sexual layer to it, which comes from being a woman, and that hyper-sexualisation and that colonial gaze over black women's bodies, because they're seen as inferior, so their body is not their body, like we can do what they want to, what we want to do with them type of thing. And I'm losing my train of thought, so let me just come back, let me bring it back, y'all. Onto black platforms and thinking that they can't be racist because they have black in them at some point. They can't be racist because they're with black men. They can't be racist because they have black kids. And it's just not okay. That is what I'm saying. That's not on. Two things can be true at the same time, and two things can't be true at the same time. You can have black kids and you can love your black kids, and you can have a black husband and you can love your black husband. Doesn't mean that you can't not like black women. And that's what I think people need to understand. So there's that. Then I'm going to work and I'm hearing about a woman, a young 15-year-old girl who has been stabbed on the bus for saying no. And apparently now, basically 24 hours later, the update to that news is that she was defending her friend, and her friend did not want those man's advances, whether that's her ex, her whatever. She said no. No means no. You can be in a relationship and you can say no. No still carries weight. It still carries value. Just because you're with someone doesn't absolve or exclude you from being able to act properly, act with appropriate conduct, follow the law, and just generally be a good person. Like, how can a little girl go to school and not return because they are rejecting a guy's advances? And why is the man in that situation not taking responsibility? Yes, there's an age aspect to it, because on one hand, one's a 15-year-old choosing their GCSEs. One is a 17-year-old choosing their university option. So you have that complete slight difference in terms of experience and where they're at in life, yes. But what about the femicide? What about protect black women? This is a young black girl that has been killed. Like, yeah, and women can't say no. Yes, this is a women problem, but when you go into that intersectionality, this is another example of black women being disrespected. It hurts because I feel it, because it makes me think of my own experiences. Do you know what I mean? And then we're seeing as well a false narrative being portrayed about a black woman accusing her of stealing in a Peckham Hair Shop, and some big huge guy, right, picking her up and strangling her. How would you feel to be picked up and strangled? You got this big huge guy picking her up and strangling by her throat. And when you're strangling someone, let's think about what happened with George Floyd. You know what you're doing. You know that you could potentially end someone's life. You are cutting the life. You are saying when you're strangling that person, when you're stabbing the young girl in her throat, right? When you're acting in violence against rejection, that it's okay to take someone else's life, and a black woman's life at that. We all live through our lived experiences, and we need to think about how these things marginalize people that much more, and marginalize black women that much more. I'm a history student. All I'm interested in is history. I love looking at the past to see how it matches with the present. I love finding out about how black in history intersects with that. That's the fortunate thing about being able to go to university and be a student. I get to go past that English curriculum, or that I get to have a decolonized view and approach in my work, and actually go and delve deeper in my research. And actually what I'm seeing is not okay. Even my own experiences, people thinking that because I'm a black woman, or because they've dealt with black women before, that I'm like the black women that they dealt before, or like they come at me in a sexual manner. And this has a whole link historically of black women being over-sexualized. They're breastfeeding their babies, and colonizers are coming and traveling all over Europe, coming to different countries in Africa. Women's breasts are so big, how they're swinging from side to side, and really just dehumanizing them and over-sexualizing a simple act of feeding your child. Can we not do anything? And you know what? I'm so open to discussion and conversations. Last time I did a colorism video, it got over 6,000 views, and I think it's on over 100 comments. I want us to debate. I want us to all speak about it. I want to hear everyone else's perspective. I've let my own out that I don't think it's okay, and that it's important to have a bit more of a tighter gaze over the situation at hand and actually think about how it links to history and how this is still present. Think about Megan Thee Stallion, and even I feel bad because I love Tory Lanez's music. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't believe that someone would do something like that to her. But look at how the whole world didn't believe her and ridiculed her when a man basically shot her to try and intimidate her. She got shot in the foot. Like, what type of stupidness is that? And yes, it's violence. Yes, this is all cases of women saying no, but when are people going to delve a little bit deeper and identify that this is a trope of treatment towards black women? I am absolutely flabbergasted, and I'm really, really hurt. And this is all really, really sad. What do you think? Please subscribe, because these are important conversations that as a community we need to have. Not only with our own community, but with other communities. It's just really, really heartbreaking. And I feel like the world needs to hit a reset button, because I just feel like there's always just something going on. And it's just really upsetting, and it's really, really draining. And I'm going to continue to do what I can do to amplify and be a voice for specifically black women, and I'm going to continue to do what I can do by keeping myself educated. I am an educated person. I am aware of the context of words, of meanings. I'll continue to do my own research and extend this whole line of thought into my own university stuff. But what can you do to help? Because even with the women at Peckham, as a black community, we cannot go into these shops, be followed, be treated a different way, right? When they're selling products specifically for us, right? And they're disrespecting their target audience. Can we stop? Can we just start shopping at black-owned hair shops? Like, can we uplift each other more as black women? And can black men sympathize and understand where black women are coming from a bit more, and hold us in esteem and protect us and look after us, just like how everybody came and they did a rally in Peckham and black men came together with black women to say, do you know, as a community, we're not having it. We need more of that. We need more understanding, and we need more love, and we need more justice, and we need better communication. So that was my video. I just had to get that off my chest before I go for lunch. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my website where I'm sending services such as my A-level notes, mentorship, personal statement. I can help you write your personal statement to get into university. I got into all of my university choices, and I have a top education record. Just watch all the other videos. And yeah, is there any other sort of topics of this sort that you'd like me to talk about? Maybe I can do specific segments speaking about the fetishization of Ghanaian women and the gold that they had in their country, and the gold that the women would put on their bodies and put in their hair because they had an abundance of gold. Like, do we want history videos? Let me know what you want to see. I just need my channel to just be advice, culture and education, as these are my interests and this is what I want to bring forth. So yeah, I'm always open for a history conversation and a chat. So thank you for watching. Let's just be loving as the human race and just come together as one, not to disregard what one set of group has been through, but to come together to be like, we hear you, we understand, let's move forward. We're sorry that you had to go through that. And this is what we need to do internally within communities and externally as one. Goodbye.